Know that kart racing game. It's great. We don't need to show it to you. But what if you can blast through and race on a whole nother level? Or what if you want to roam around on the open road?
What?
Do you guys remember how back in the 2010s, businesses like to keep things safe? Play it safe, be friendly with your competition, buddy. Sega just threw all that out the window, and I'm loving it. That ad was reminiscent of Sega's attitude in the 90s when it came to Nintendo. Like, sure, yeah, Mario dominated in the 80s, but then 91 came and Sonic just blew right past him. I think Sonic might have been more popular than Mario at one point. It seems like Sega is trying to come back in a way, you know? I don't know if it's because Mario and Nintendo has kind of been like this sleeping giant for the past couple of years, because in my opinion, it kind of feels like they have. We haven't had a major Mario game in a good while. Seriously, like it's been a long time. In the past 5 or 6 years, Sonic has kind of been on the come up. 3 very successful movies, a couple of video games that most people like, TV shows. All the while, Nintendo hasn't been doing all that much. Yeah, sure, we got The Legend of Zelda and all that, and Donkey Kong, but what about the main mascot, your flagship mascot? Where has he been?
Warriors, come out to play.
So now Sega finally has the confidence that they did back in the 90s to kind of call him out a little bit. And I love it. Especially when you consider that Nintendo has been overcharging for certain things like the Switch 2 and then Mario Kart World, which I haven't played it, but guys, it looks boring. Then you compare that to Sega, who has kind of proven that they actually care about their fans. Remember back when the first Sonic movie released that initial trailer and we all hated Sonic's design? I lost faith when I seen that. I did. I'm not gonna lie to you. Do you guys remember how Sega actually listened to the fans and they changed his design? That doesn't happen often. I think they kind of earned a lot of fans' respect with that. Not just Sonic fans, but actually fans on the outside as well. You guys seriously think Nintendo would do the same thing? This is why I'm not too hard on Sega like a lot of other Sonic fans would be, because Sega has proven to me that they care about the fans, they care about the franchise, and that's all I can ask as a fan. Even Paramount, you can tell by how the movies are written, they write these characters with intention, you know, they write the stories with intention, they studied these characters, they studied the stories, they probably went back and read some comics. This wasn't just a cash grab for them. And I really appreciate that. Maybe I'm biased, but I'll forever be more of a Sega fan than a Nintendo fan. But I'm not gonna sit here and act like Sonic's just been outperforming Mario for the past couple of years or anything like that. I mean, the Mario movie did better than the first Sonic movie, let's be honest. There is a reason why Mario is still a little more popular than Sonic. You see, in Mario games, the story stays the same for the most part. Go rescue Peach because she got herself kidnapped by Bowser again. I don't know why Peach keeps getting kidnapped. Peach, if you don't just hire yourself some security guards instead of them toads. That's the gist of mostly all Mario games. And yes, it might seem boring and repetitive and predictable, but it's easy to get into and follow. Those kinds of stories don't alienate any audiences. Then you look at the Mario characters. They're all pretty one note. You can describe each of them with like one word. Mario himself is void of much personality. We only really see him be like extremely chipper or very depressed if he loses a game of golf out of all sports for some reason. I believe that this was intentional. This is Nintendo's way of allowing the viewer to kind of project themselves onto Mario in a way. You can shift him to be whoever you would want him to be. He doesn't say much. Like, all the characters are a blank slate and most of the games are a blank slate. Go rescue Peach. Then you compare this to Sonic the Hedgehog in his games. Sonic is snarky, quick-witted, brash, but yet and still that personality might clash with others and it might rub people the wrong way in a sense. Everybody has distinct personalities that you can describe with more than just one word. They're three-dimensional characters. The stories, they've often been described as convoluted or confusing. Unfortunately, this does alienate some audiences. Sonic is not a blank slate, so he's not going to be as popular as Mario. And maybe that's kind of what played into Sega's downfall in the mid to late 2000s. The stories could have been too hard to get into for the average gamer. But I'd argue that those same stories could have been what caused Sega's redemption in the late 2010s and 2020s. We already went over the movies. The movies kind of what brought Sega back into the mainstream limelight, you know? And now Sega's able to pull off this snarky little ad, which is a chef's kiss. I don't even see it as them being overconfident. I genuinely think Sonic's Crossworlds is better than Mario Kart World, you know? All in all, this is good for the gaming industry. I think it kind of brings back that fire and passion that's needed. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for supporting. I'll be back with another video soon. Stay tuned.